Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers, you, and welcome to another video. Right then, so again, getting quite good at making videos that follow on from the previous videos. Don't worry, it won't last, it'll all run short sooner or later. It's just the way things are running at the moment. And we'll go into policing, because policing in this country is in trouble. We all know that the police are no longer on our side. They've picked a side, or they've been told to pick a side. And in this video, I'm going to have clips of other videos and other bits and bobs in it, because there's a lot that needs to be discussed. One of them being my disgust. First, I'm going to play a little video which has been leaked, so to speak, where it's a police sergeant who basically admits that policing is no longer policing, and that basically if she was going to do it now, she would never join. So I'll just play you some of this video and I'll see you at the other end of it.
I'm Sergeant Kelly Palmer. I'm in Lincolnshire Police. It's almost like watching, I describe it as Titanic. Like where we are now, it's like basically watching a ship go towards an iceberg and you can't do anything to stop it. So bottom level, there's absolutely no way I would join a force now for 27 grand and do what we're doing. Not a chance. If I could do my time, if I was starting now, I wouldn't join, basically. Because it consumes you. It literally consumes you. The amount of times my brother said to me, obviously don't discuss like per se work with him, but he's like, Kelly, you need to calm down, you need to stop worrying about it. I end up thinking every single day I'm going to get sacked. Everything is bum covering now. We're not policing anymore, we're arse covering constantly. And it just means that we don't do police work. All we do is basically, we go to a job, we spend an hour doing paperwork afterwards, and then we go to the next job and we don't police. We literally deal with everything else but policing. We're social workers, we're like counsellors, we're fire, we're everything. Then we're living in fear. Literally, we're living in fear of we'll do something a teeny tiny bit wrong. We can't be robust. I've seen so much body-worn footage with officers where when I first started, you could be robust with people, and I'm still robust because that's me. I'm not changing how I am, basically. Where officers are literally frightened of putting hands on, like saying anything to them, because they're scared of complaints and scared of getting served papers, and we're living under that constantly. I'm going to be honest. There's a huge amount of officers now we have restricted within the force due to injury on duty. I mean, why would you come and be a cop, like when you can go and work in a my husband works for the Welsh government and earns the same amount as me, and he's got far less risk than I have. And it's like, so why would you? Why would you bother? Far less scrutiny, better working environment. I mean, agile working is something that police really need to look into. Why would you do it? Like, if you're a bin man, like, why would you come in? Like I said, if I was a new cop now, I wouldn't do it. I literally would be like, nope, not going to bother. I'm not going to live on the breadline, get 7 balls kicked out of me, get no support from within my ranks, outside my ranks, from the public. If I there's no way I'd join. I would just be like, nah, I'll go and work for a council, or I'll go and be a train driver and then 60k. Like, why would you put yourself on the street? I'm Sergeant.
Now, I've always maintained, I've said before that I know people who are currently serving police officers, and I can tell you that her frustration is the frustration of many what I would call good officers. I know a lot of people hate them, and I get it and I understand it, and I used to be a police supporter. I'm no longer, and the sad news and sad part of that is they brought that on themselves by their actions. It's as simple as that. They're no longer, but you can see that there is a frustration with certain police officers. Unfortunately, the new ones that they bring in, they're university degree students, and the vast majority of them have been brainwashed. And I've been to a couple of passing out parades, and I'll tell you now, the few that are joining, they're wet wipes. They just really are. I think I've seen about 2 of them who you would think, okay, they'd be quite tasty if the shit hit the fan, but the vast majority of them are just a bunch of wet wipes, and they just follow orders. And I've said that that line, I was just following orders, should never be used, because the last bunch that used that, it didn't end well for them. And this is the biggest problem, is the fact that none of it will end well for them. You have to excuse me, I'm driving on a Birmingham City Council road. We can take down flags, but we can't fix massive potholes in roads. It's quite amazing. In any case, I digress slightly. So, you shouldn't use the following order. The simple truth of the matter is, when the time comes, because it will eventually, this will stop. And when it does, unfortunately for many of them, there will be consequences and retributions, because it never ends, never ever ends well for anyone who does oppressing of anyone else. It's as simple as that. It's just a statement of fact, not me insinuating or inciting or anything. That's just historical. It just never does. But it's because they've made sure now that they employ only those people that have been, their minds have been manipulated, shall we say. I mean, back in the day when I was young, coppers were coppers, and they were as hard as fucking nails. They really were. And you just didn't fuck with coppers. You just didn't. And because of that little bit of fear, little bit of respect, we all got on. Crime there was always crime, but it was never to the level that it's at now. And you can understand why it's at it is now, because we've had generation after generation of people not being taught by schools properly, being taught that their feelings are more important than anything else, and therefore, and in that way, never being told no, and not being told about cause and effect. You know, your actions have an effect, and they have consequences. And usually the very first person that's ever told them no is usually a police officer, when they've usually done something incredibly fucking stupid. It's all gone now. And you can see that reflected in the policing. We don't police crime. We police feelings, and we've got idiots. I'm sorry, but we've got raging idiots for police officers. There's a clip here I'm about to play where they arrest an old lady because, quote unquote, she wasn't walking fast enough. I mean, literally, that's what they got arrested for, and she was in the nick till 4 a.m. before they let her go. And I hope she sues the living shit out of them. I'm back up that concrete road again. You've probably figured out I'm on my way back to the hospital I'm going to pick up my son-in-law as they're doing their road watch. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he's going to be out Wednesday, maybe Thursday. That's the little grandson, for those of you who've been sort of following the recent sequence of events. So, I'll play the clip and we'll talk about it after.
Hold on. Look, guys, they're arresting her. Basically, that's it, yeah. If you don't walk fast enough, you're getting nicked. They've taken her cuffs off. Wicked. Hopefully she's being de-arrested. Hopefully.
We've got the lady's permission to film. Anything to do, she's under arrest at any time. Where's that people having
I'm not even answering that question. I don't know. Basically, I filmed it and they were pushing her. She weren't walking fast enough. That's it. And then they just grabbed her and arrested her. And listen, she is arrested because she was not walking fast enough. I've got it on film, but then pushing her. this one here saying, have you got her permission to film? Andrew Fisher, treat yourself to an ice cream, great coverage, Bully Police, Starmer to go. Thank you very much, Mum.
So you got that. Then you've got somebody else who got arrested because he upset the feelings of somebody by shouting these inflammatory words. The inflammatory words being, I love bacon. That was enough for him to get nicked.
We love bacon.
Arrested.
I mean that was the whole thing, because the problem being is when you police or carry actions on people's feelings, it is literally down to the interpretation of the person. So you're now relying on police officers to make snap decisions based on what they think may offend somebody. And this is why there is like zero respect for the police and zero support for the police, I'll be honest. And it's because there's two, it's silly to say, but it's true. Many people who come out of the university haven't got an ounce of common sense in their left bollock, let alone anything else. They haven't got the common sense, so they just blindly do what they're told to do because they can't think for themselves. And by the sounds of it, and speaking to some of my friends, you're not allowed to think for yourself because that'll get you probably sacked. And I know full well, for instance, in Solihull, the area where I live, around here I live, I know there's a few officers who are currently being suspended, are on what they call restricted duties, because another officer said something about what they did, and that wasn't good. Because, and that's what that sergeant was alluding to, is the fact that people are frightened of getting punished, because the worst thing is other police officers are grassing on other police officers. There's no what's the word I'm looking for? Spirit de corps. You know, esprit de corps. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, you know, they don't stick together. There is these deranged idiots that are in there now who just grass up on any other officer when they feel like those officers aren't doing the job they're supposed to do. You know, like showing common sense or having a bit of intelligence. No, not allowed to do that. So that's what this sergeant was alluding to, the fact that they're frightened of getting, you know, kicked out of their jobs because they dared have an opinion or not do something correct. So the building you can see out my window now, that's Stetchford Police Station, just to let you know. And for those of you who may have followed the Birmingham riot, you know, the one after Southport where the Sky reporter got chased off by a bunch of Asians, and then they walked down the road and smashed the car up with the windows. You're sitting on the road where it happened. It actually happened a little bit further back down the road, not far from the police station that you can now see out my window. You see, the police are arresting people for the wrong reason. They're policing police car, as we talk about them. They're policing feelings, and that's never going to work, is it? It's never, ever going to work. And they just don't help themselves. They really don't. I mean, look at that copper who went and knocked on that bloke's door because he was, oh, you're gonna attend a protest and we don't want you to do, and you've got to be good and all this sort of shit. Yeah, does all that, and you can see he just thinks it's a load of shit. I mean, there are officers who genuinely really do realise that they're not doing what the job they were designed to do. This is not the job they wanted to do. It's what they've been, well, basically railroaded into doing now, and it just isn't acceptable. It really isn't. Not that I'm feeling sorry for them, because but if you've started to get a few of them speaking out, That's a start. And this is where the crux of the matter comes, is when it comes down to it, are they going to pick the right side? Because I think some of them will. And when you've got that happening as well, yeah, it's a recipe for disaster, some would say. It will cause no end of issues. Any case, I'm almost to the hospital now. So, yeah, I'll need to bring this one to a close. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Welcome to all the brand new subscribers that have recently just joined the channel. Welcome on board. It's great to have you. Thanks very much for sort of popping in as we drive through the fucking smoke screen by the looks of it. Okay, now it's a bit in. I've pulled in because there's a car right up my arse and let him get past. Even though I'm going to have to get out in this lane. I realise that now, but it is what it is. So, ways to support the channel down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.